Rattlers. They say they will put up a fight today. Line drive kick, and it's out of bounds for the third time.
Yeah, the crowd loves that.
Ryan Naden, running back by committee. They went back to the portal. This is Jalen Berger, who was a Wisconsin Badger.
He plays, fits the run and the pass.
Thorne looking to throw on second long, loops it to the edge, and it's a nice pitch and catch. And that is Jaden Reed. They've been playing football together since the 6th grade. Great chemistry.
Yeah, and that's one of our impact players. They got to win one-on-one on the outside and get isolated against Cam Brown, who's back from an injury, locates the football late, but that is a perfectly thrown ball.
20-yard gain. Spartans looking for a positive start. It's been anything but in recent games.
Typical hitting, which you'd expect again in this Big Ten game.
Off the play action, Thorne on the run, zips it, and it's bobbled and caught by Reed. Did not collect it. I thought he was able to grab it, but it hits the ground.
I think he may have stepped out of bounds with his left foot, and he was not pushed out of bounds. See that left foot. I don't think it was about the catch itself. I think he was just an ineligible receiver.
And they definitely signaled incomplete. I think that now they're having a consultation here. Mike Cannon in charge of this Big Ten crew.
Yeah, I just happen to. Yeah, I just happen to be watching him. Yeah.
Number 1 went out of bounds. Came back in.
Elijah Collins is the back. Buckeyes rush 4, so Thorne has time and looks down the middle for Reed, and it's intercepted. Forced into triple coverage, and it's intercepted by Cam Martinez.
What he does here, he's showing 2, and then watch after the snap what he does. Just reads the eyes, he gets back. He knows there's a threat to this ball being thrown deep right away. Eyes on the quarterback, knows the ball's potentially going to come, and then just beats Reed to the point. You know, he has corner skills, but back there at safety, they'll put him at slot, they'll let him play.
Swing pass to Henderson, and he is tracked down and tackled behind the line.
To hurt our passing game, what CJ can do.
On the end around. And that's Ibuka breaking free and shows the speed.
And also on the slot.
Stroud off target, trying to find.
Offensive line back into CJ Stroud.
Delayed handoff, and shaking and baking is Henderson, who's got blazing speed. Had a quiet year because of the foot injuries we talked about, but moves the ball inside the Spartans 40.
This play is designed here, but he pauses, a little stutter step, and then backside. That's why those backside blocks are so important. Look at this. You think you're in trouble here, but he feels it, and he's able to work to the backside, picks up a couple nice blocks there on that backside. Donovan Jackson, 74, and you give him just a little bit of room, and he can go.
26-yard gain. The play action, Stroud on the roll, lofts the pass out, and Ibuka's got it, and he's into the red zone. In the flat, and the catch made immediately. Hit a tough
Yeah, it is.
Stroud lost to the pylon. Harrison's got it.
He sends 2 receivers vertical. Safety stays to the inside. Ibuka creates one-on-one to the outside, and that's just your players better than theirs. Put it up and let Marvin Harrison Jr. fight for the ball. Catch radius is amazing. 6'4", 205, the son of the Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison. Shows you how tough he can be in that red zone with the length and then the toughness to pull that away to the touchdown.
Buggles with the PAT. Yes, 6'4" beats all things a couple of years ago. Fielding this time does what he's supposed to do. Boots it into the end zone. The interception. And it's a keeper and a kid from Naperville, not known as.
Touchdown on ESPN News.
On 2nd and 2. And it's dropped right there by Jaden Reed.
And you don't want to go down that road if you're Michigan State.
Warren scrambling. There's a flag down. It's incomplete anyway. So what looks to be a holding pass to him.
Offense, number 79. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Led the Big Ten a year ago. And he hits a line drive. Look at this missile. And they do that well here on the road in prime time. Henderson tries to find some space on the right, makes a cut.
Right there is able to get upfield in a hurry.
Stroud rolls out. He hits Stover, who was being grabbed to place. Henderson knocked out. Second. He threw it right to Charles Brantley, and Brantley to the house. The first interception of the season from true win for the Spartans a year ago, so he's got a knack as a playmaker, and finally a big takeaway for the secondary.
You'll see in the background as this camera will roll. Look to your left. You see the receiver going down the sideline. No idea. See, it starts to hang his head, knowing that Brantley had picked it off, and he's heading the other direction.
Supportive. We've seen that over the decades. You can also turn on the team. There were some boos of the Spartans in the last home game here when they were getting destroyed by Minnesota.
Of the routes based on coverage.
Henderson and knocked down behind the line. Leading games. Modest game against Rutgers last week. Henderson. Momentum. Buckeyes need 4. Stroud zips it wide open. A total bust. And Ibuka's running free. All the way for an Ohio State touchdown. Miscommunication that time was by the defense. 69-yard strike.
You're right. Miscommunication. Look how they walked so many people up. They're showing man-to-man on the outside, right? Well, watch at the snap of the ball. They drop out, rush 3 and drop 8, play zone. The problem is they bust a zone. Nobody gets into that back third to take away the threat of a downfield throw. We talked about some of the youth that they have on the back end. And it's one thing to be able to show coverage and go to another. But as Michigan State just showed you, sometimes with younger defensive backs, you try to do too much, and it becomes a little bit overwhelming, and you get some
snap and then change at the last second.
Yep.
Outfoxed themselves last time. Was out so far this year. He knew that wasn't going to get it done today. And being hit behind the line is Jalen Berger. Big fella. Termon Vincent busted through to the backfield.
This is not an ideal play where your guard works around and you leave Vincent where he can just work right in through the middle of that offensive line. Nobody picks him up. Vincent up front, he'll tell you, Vincent Hall been terrific.
2nd and 15. Thorne across the middle.
It's about really getting after Thorne.
They rush 4. Thorne has a little time. Pats the ball. Can't find anybody. Now tries to make something happen in the move. And lofts it downfield. Has a man. And they're going to get bailed out by a pass interference. Get back to game tempo and make plays. In the flat. They flip it to Mosley. And Spartans are into the slot. Slant him
into that defensive line, just throw it.
And Buckeyes not lined up. They're playing with tempo, thrown into traffic there. That's Mosley, makes the catch.
And yet, it seems like with the replay, we take a peek and we look for several minutes. You just right away, you just said, and it's incomplete.
Well, the official who's downfield, he can't see the ball anymore because players.
Recent carry as a tailback is behind Thorne. He's got the football, hammers ahead, and Thorne is a popular guy.
There it is again.
Ball out very quickly to Mosley. Thorne on the move, directing traffic downfield, and will run it, but he'll be hit right at the line. That's Ike. Thorne under pressure, he'll be dropped. Ohio State and Jim Knowles dialed up, and Eichenberg was a terrific pass rusher. Gets home.
They bring a look. This is what Jim Knowles is known for. You have Eichenberg here, but watch on the inside the quickness of Michael Hall, 51. I mean, he is a powerful, quick man. He gets in there. You also have the
loss. Means that Mel Tucker's not going to try for it on 4th down. And Behringer does an excellent job. Student section's down there trying to make some noise. Henderson spins.
You could say defense to have a chance.
Henderson makes a cut. Just has. That's Ibuka in motion. Henderson's got the football again and bursts up the middle and runs through some more tackles. Another first.
When they tackle Henderson, everyone thinks Mayan Williams runs hard. This guy runs hard too.
Stroud on the run, flips it short to Julian Fleming. And he's got it again. Stutter step, makes a cut, and shows you the agility.
Part of his game is
they hand it to him on 3rd down, and the Spartans are ready. Henderson, first down and more as he muscles out to the 49. Mere speed got him to the ground eventually.
Nice block. Or Rossi, they see all of this attention. So he checks. He says, let's get to the outside. Rossi 34, nice kick out block. Get right behind the left tackle, Paris Johnson. And a big crease there to pick.
Off the play action, Stroud wants a downfield shot, and he's got Fleming running free, and Julian Fleming battles to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Back in, Justin White right there. You see the safety. He needs to be helping out the defensive back Brantley. So you can look at zero and say, what the heck was he thinking? But White, who's a corner trying to play safety, needed to come over to help him out. Got his eyes in the backfield. See the progressive pylon cam. Looks like he breaks the play and goes into the end zone.
So C.J. Stroud, once again, frighteningly efficient against the Spartans in a first half. All three starting wide receivers now have a touchdown. Stroud already 168 passing yards, and we're 30 seconds into the second quarter. Deja vu from last year's first-round knockout in Columbus.
Yep.
Been 7 or 8 plays.
Well, they can run and throw. It just makes it so hard for any defense to defend, especially secondary, young as they are.
Henry's going to bring it out, and darts out to the available. It's Jalen Berger, a tailback, makes a cut. And Walker did a year ago out of the portal. As Thorne's going to keep it, try to get to the edge. Denzel Burke, injured finger. But a nice tackle there, and now trying to throw for it on third down. A flag comes in. The catch is made by Jaden.
Pass interference.
Watch at the end. Oh, yeah, he's got a hold of his arm. Good call by the officials. But I tell you, they got it. Anytime they get Jaden Reed isolated, they've been going after Cam Brown one-on-one. That is a third down 50.
Field catch by Reed, connecting with his high school teammate. Now on the end around, he's able to dart and get the corner.
Chances.
He's out for a breather now. As they hand the ball off inside and darting forward. Ball came out, but he hit.
Holding. Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeats that.
Swung out in the flat. This is Jeremy Bernard, and he's going to be wrestled out by Cameron Brown, and that's going to be a flag on the Buckeyes on the tackle there. Zip to Mosley. Can he make a man miss? No.
Kenneth Walker.
And it's dropped across the middle.
Defense sits back at it.
This time they don't bring pressure, but they get home with 4. Thorne is slammed down by Michael Hall Jr. There's a flat
side. Hall on the inside.
Thorne looking that direction. Back shoulder fade. Caught, touchdown. Jaden Reed, an enormous job on that drive. And the Spartans are hanging around. 18 yards straight. Good call, Coach Herbstreit. Yeah, that's the matchup he looked for.
That's the matchup. That's the guy. And he just waiting to see how if they put a safety over top. They don't. They keep him one-on-one against J.K. Johnson. The back shoulder. What an adjustment.
You've done that since you're like in 6th grade, right? You just know what the other's going to do.
Fours, 83s, 98s on these kickers. I see a kicker come out in a 94. I get nervous.
You just doubt his ability?
I just think defense and communication.
Stroud this time underneath the Fleming. Every single meeting we have, third time. And they're going to pitch it to Henderson with Stover blocking on that side. Looks back this direction. It's a low throw. Harrison couldn't come up. They bring some. Stroud off his back foot for Harrison. Just drops it in a bucket. What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and the tall receiver.
How about the composure here by Stroud and, of course, Marvin Harrison, the location of that ball. That's third down and long. And he drops that, Chris, into that bucket. And Harrison with the feet down. I'm going to tell you, if you go way back, forward arm it, and still makes that throw.
This time he sets the feet and delivers a strike down the middle. That's Fleming inside the game. And on this first half play, he's been up to play action. Stroud looking for the end zone. Long throw incomplete.
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Defense number 26. first down.
Henderson, they fake it to him, flip it to Stover in the flat. Up at fullback in front of Henderson, who takes the handoff and hesitates and then just sprints to the end zone. And Ohio State, another long march, stretches the lead again. 75 yards. That's got to feel good for Henderson. He's had a quiet year.
And we've talked how he's healthy. Watch a little hesitation move. Am I going to go underneath the block, or am I going to bounce it to go outside of Rossi? He has that option to go underneath, and then once he sees
Ohio State, 2 75-yard touchdown drive.
Rodgers on those teams? Or was that too early?
Telra Henry. And he's going to be knocked down across the 25.
TJ game, they got to keep getting him the ball.
Thorne on the run. Tries to get it instead of Tyler Hunt. Yet. They zip it far side right on cue. They do get it to be Keon Coleman. Pump fake, and now a slant, and it's dropped in traffic. Tried to get the ball to last 3 years. At that point, Chambers was a running back. He credits Eichenberg with helping him with a linebacker mentality and plus the mechanics of playing the position. Buka's going to field it inside.
Oklahoma, back to you guys.
Thanks, fellas. Henderson running left or yet.
This offense, tough to do.
Henderson, it's a spin move, but it's knocked down. But just a big Stroud on the slant. Easy pitch and catch. There was a cushion there for. They pitch it to Xavier Johnson, normally a receiver. And Henderson's now back in the game. He's got the football. Henderson looking for somebody to stiff arm. They didn't get near him, and he'll just scoot out of bounds.
Out of sync.
In the end around, Buka knocked down hard. Mitch Rossi in the backfield. And Stroud zips it. Buka's it go open again. Little crease.
Right now they're staying back, and it's a good time to run the football.
And they do pitch it to Henderson, who weaves his way.
You're trying to mix it in, like right here they're mixing it in.
Stroud zips it across the middle. Harrison's running free. He scores again.
There it is.
Do you dare play a man? Well, he got burned.
That's what happens. You play a man-to-man. They showed it late.
The 5th long touchdown drive for Ohio State.
Now what?
Henry will give it a go from the 5 and will weave his way for a nice-looking return.
They are again performing well today for Stroud.
And they're getting after the quarterback on defense, too. They're winning on the line of scrimmage on both sides. That's Michael Hall Jr. had a sack earlier, nullified by a penalty, invading the backfield again.
That's really a coverage sack. I mean, you get a push, but look at the coverage downfield. It's the beauty of rushing 4 and dropping 7 into coverage. You see the left flat, but there's no chance of getting that ball out because of that pocket collapsing on him. Here and Tweet Moloau.
Offense number 0. 5-yard penalty. This play also includes a 10-second runoff.
Offense where they overachieved with their program defensively. He's not used to living in this jurisdiction, and he'll be the first one to tell you.
The 5 stars.
Yeah, the 5 stars. I've played against those kind of guys, but I've never been on the same team with them. And I think you combine his scheme, which they are getting more and more comfortable with the athletic ability and size and what they're capable of doing. It's going to be fun to see where they are in November and into December when they get really cranking on that side of the ball. You must love seeing that Michigan State helmet. Last year had a huge game and off to a big start here in the first half.
Brandon Muff, the kickoff, picks it up. A flag is down, and he's running free. Gets the corner. The kicker tries to knock him out of bounds, and the coverage gets him near midfield, but a flag way back at the 5-yard line.
Lock in the back against Ohio State. That'll come back.
Everything was out of kilter there. He's not one of the regular return guys.
Return. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 1. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down, Ohio State.
Brandon muffed it and then tried to make something of it. Check out the right side here.
To the right. See one right there, Williams. Right there's the push in the back.
Yep.
47 of 53.
Henderson is knocked down. He'll get his opportunity, but he has to sidestep traffic in the backfield and then bulldoze
Lifted runner.
Stroud looking to throw for it on third down, delivers a dime to Buckeye, who's running free, and he's finally knocked out across the 30.
Well, you better hold on to these guys. They're physical. Not only can they go downfield and run by you, but you've got such strength in Buckeye, 205-pound wide receiver against an undersized defensive back in Gross, who's at 180. And again, it's not just the speed. That's one thing. And down on the field, looking at these Ohio State.
All of them over 200 pounds and very strong. This is Xavier Johnson out of the Swiss.
And on through the list, Joey Galloway. But, man, the group in these last 5 years has been at another level.
Stroud protected well in the pocket and delivers to Harrison.
And you saw Olave and Garrett Wilson sit out. That was a big day against Utah. Kind of give you an idea what was to come this year.
Stroud will be dragged down, sacked for the first time today by Derek Harmon as a coverage sack. Section holds up this time. Dart across the middle to Buckeye, those crossing routes. That's Hayden again. Henderson will get a report from Holly momentarily. He headed in.
Personal foul, hands in the face. Defense number 41. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's the third offensive line or defensive line in your career. You ever want to get down there in the pit?
I love watching the pit because it makes everything go.
And there's another throw. Harrison. He's got it. Brantley beaten again. Harrison just kind of reached back with those long arms and snagged it. Another touchdown pass for Stroud.
Watch C.J. Stroud's feet again affected by a rush. He just kind of did a little skip. Throws the ball behind Marvin Harrison, and he's able to adjust back.
See catch radius?
There's the length and the catch radius that everybody wants to talk about. He's such a different receiver from his dad because of his size at 6'4", 205. But Brantley on an island, dare you be out on when you see Jackson Smith and Jigba, any of these receivers left, they're out of here.
Headed out for the festivities away from the stadium.
Yes, sir.
Holly, what do you have?
Oh, that's good to hear.
That's good news, and certainly great news on Mag running the ball when you're this far behind. And Thorne is going to be swarmed, but without any threat of the run. And of course, it was Kenneth Walker running for 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns a year ago, and they were able to get so many shots based on that running game.
Yeah, and then you can just play different games up front with your defensive line, little twists up front, try to affect that communication, and it does. Works.
So for Michigan State, -1. And Thorne is going to add to that negative rushing total. Michael Hall Jr. eventually slams him down at the 5. Quarterback helped to his feet. Spartans go backwards, and we'll have to send out the punt team.
Well, it's actually the outside pressure, the edge pressure from here and here that really impacts Thorne and what he wants to do. And you go again, look at all the defensive backs and linebackers in coverage. Rushing 4, nowhere to go with the ball. Poor 10, he's just running for his dear life.
Not just because they're way behind. And the pass rush now really teeing off. And the best, most productive player in the field is a punter.
Today they're playing Texas Tech right now.
Dallin Hayden with the
I'm not.
Yes,
Billy,
you are.
I am not.
But now are you telling him?
Yeah, I have our AD. I have Bill Bonnell, Derek Mobley here. I am literally looking at the program monitor.
No, I'm not buying
and UCLA.
Johnson and Rossi are in the backfield. It's a toss sweep to the receiver, filling in a tailback, and he makes it because he doesn't get that many chances to catch a pass with this receiving core. Stroud is flush, backpedals, and just fires to the bench.
Players like that are invaluable.
There's Hayden, freshman back. Hayden runs through a hole, and he's making the most of his opportunities, and they fake it to Hayden. Stroud spinning, tries to create on the run here, and just flips it. Why not just flip it in the air? Stands in the pocket and delivers on time, right? Hayden barrels down inside the 5. It's just that he could also create. We're lined up next to him. Rossi in the backfield. They hand it up. Big fullback. Yeah, fourth down. Stroud on the run. Scanning. Puts it back in the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown by G. Scott. Big athletic receiver.
Instead, he throws it now. He's open. You can't see him. He's open. And eventually, he's able to get the ball to him just in time for Scott to get his feet down for a beautiful touchdown.
First career touchdown. 6'3" junior from Seattle.
Former wide receiver, put on some weight, moved to tight end, and there's a great threat at that spot.
They needed another weapon. I was sitting here thinking they got to get somebody else involved to make a play for this offense. Yeah. 8 straight games, a 200-plus yard edge each game. Short kickoff, and Henry makes a cut and is knocked down. Trusted by the coaching staff. Jay Johnson said he has full command.
Kind of showing up like it's a business trip, not worried about who's on the other side.
And the stretch run begins. Kim launches and had a man running open, but
they're showing it up every week.
Buckeye is standing at his 15-yard line. He's expecting Berger to rocket one really deep. It's a shorter punt. It's going to bounce. Got to get away from it if you're Ohio State. And Michigan State will have. No doubt, Cal McCord.
Probably the most talented, deepest quarterback room in this era of transfer portal. The
all game, 2-by-2 receiver look, and he delivers a sideline. Right, he threw it back into a dangerous position. Jay Jones ahead. They wait all game to see their guy do that, and he delivers a line drive kind of into traffic. Pretty good job fielded by Jaden Reed. He's an electric returner if he can get some space. Reverses field, and is Michigan State in a couple weeks. Noah Kim, and for Thorne on the run, delivers extremely supportive here. But there's a little bit of a. This is not going to be the kind of follow-up season of the 11 wins he had hoped for.
Yeah, and it was portal.
Yeah, they went back to the portal, back to the running back position. One feel that it 16.
Fun to see UCLA playing well.
Hayden. I want to salute our rules expert in the booth. Well acquainted with Tom as McCord rolls out and makes the completion.
It doesn't mean you're going to show up the next. I think one of the things that people are learning about Ryan Day, because he's never been.
They've lost to some great teams. Lost the championship game, of course, to Bama. Lost to Michigan a year ago on the road. Some backup offensive linemen in the game, blocking for Hayden, who's knocked down. Mirko with the punt, and Reed will watch it sail into the end zone.
This is off too.
Collins takes the handoff. These backup Spartans trying to get something going.
Holding. Offense, number 9. Half the distance to the goal.
The team to buy in and feel like they have something to play for. Or in some cases, do they check out? I mean, it's that every week when season's not going the way you'd hoped.
Kim delivers downfield, and it's complete. Catch made by Bernard. I was at practice
saying it's tough for all these coaches.
Oh, absolutely. Foster
yeah,
and it's alarming for anybody. You commit to
this new world of everybody trying to get to a playoff or everyone trying to win a championship. You want to, as a player, coaches, that's what they are challenged with, trying to keep their players and their program engaged when they don't have the. He's lived it.
There's a long throw and a catch made by Montori Foster again. Is down.
Excited to see how they play today.
Kim launches down there, and the catch is made by Foster for a touchdown. So the backup quarterback able to direct a touchdown drive.
Yeah, but back-to-back throws.
So Michigan State. Spartans not going to try the onside kick. They boot it deep. And Ibuka makes the fair catch. I may have time to, if I could explain the entire plot of Game of Thrones to you in the last 5.5. And the keeper, McCord, is going to be hit hard twice, and finally, Sunday night.
I'll watch some football tonight.
Handoff inside. It's teased to be favored in that leg, but came out okay on Holly's report that it was nothing serious or threatening. Dave McDonald is back to receive the punt and knocked down hard at the 20.
You know, Jimmy Leonard is a defense down passes, had great balance, threw the ball, ran well. So took advantage of that. Won a close game last night, came back to do so.
Back to receive the punt for Ohio State. We had to dig pretty deep to find his name on the roster. And he's going to feel it at the 20.
A year.
Penn State, Michigan coming up next week, and then the Lions will host Minnesota. Caffey.
And 8 incompletions.
They're thinking, can you please go on to the next level? We've seen enough of number 7.
Well, Chris, it's been my honor. I appreciate this. This is a good week. Look forward to next week, wherever we might be. I assume we'll be in Tallahassee, right? Clemson and Florida State.
I didn't know with your speech where you were going with this. We made it through the game.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what
I just wanted to.
It's been a tough week, dude. I didn't see a touchdown Thursday. And then
did you enjoy overtime and 7 field goals?
I knew this was coming. At least that game was competitive.
You saw 7 field goals on Thursday. You saw 7 Ohio State touchdowns on Saturday. So there's some symmetry. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we expected it, and it unfolded that way, and Ohio State steamrolls on, and the Spartans lose 4 in a row now. Bill Bennell produced this game.
Get wavy again, bro. Okay, let's skate. Bad bitch finna come my way. Going 90 when I'm on the highway. Can't go high without the high. Ay.